Travis Etienne was drafted 25th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2021 NFL Draft. Standing at 5'10", 215 pounds, Etienne has been considered by many to be one of the top running backs in the country. When asked about the selection of the Clemson product, head coach Urban Meyer had this to say about Etienne's potential role on the Jaguars this upcoming season. He's the Percy Harvin, we're hoping. I mean, those are big shoes when you say something like that, but you've got Paris Campbell, you've got Curtis Samuel, those types of players. Offensive coordinators love those kinds of guys who can do multiple things. End quote. So in order to gain a better understanding of what Travis Etienne can expect at the next level and his ability to handle those problems, I thought it would be interesting to look at the problems that he handled at Clemson and begin to understand what he might be ready for as he progresses to the next level of mastery at the NFL level. So we're going to take a look at plays starting now. These are least representative to most representative. So here you can see a toss play, and it's important from a problem solver lens to ask what types of information or what types of things could be important or transfer to the next level. We have the interaction between quarterback and running back where the ball is being tossed, so there's a tracking of the football in the air while also trying to get yards downfield. In addition, though, there's questions of timing and spacing, right? With regards to catching the football out of the backfield on a toss play, how representative is that relative to the types of exposures or experiences or problems he's going to see at the next level in the NFL? Yes, he's catching a ball in the air, but the time and space relative to his ability to create separation or have to deal with potential collisions is greatly protracted. At this next kind of group of exposures, we're going to look at Travis Etienne on screenplays. When we talk about a screenplay, there's a couple of elements here that we want to consider. First of all, in terms of tracking the football in the air, in terms of what that relationship is between him and the quarterback, the trajectory of the football, the velocity, the angles that he's going to be seeing, how representative are those to the types of things he might see at the receiver position at the next level? We could definitely argue that from a screen passing game, he's certainly going to see very similar types of problems that he'll have to solve at the next level. But when it comes to being a full receiver at the next level, running routes, obviously there's going to be a greater array of trajectories that he's going to have to learn to accommodate as he proceeds up to the next level. The other thing we want to consider is with regards to after catching the ball, right? After catching the ball as a receiver out of the backfield on a screen pass, one of the elements that I think transfers nicely is we get to see him in really tight spaces. You know, when we think about Travis Etienne as a runner, I try to think about it as the types of informational situations that he puts himself in, right? The types of problems that he sees. He tends to solve them very similarly. He's a very fast player. He's a player who has great speed. And I think he uses that and couples that ability to the opportunities that are presented for him on the field. I think he likes to use his speed as a way of gaining space and gaining yardage downfield. He uses this as a way to destabilize the attack angles or bearing angles of the defenders, and he uses this to a great degree and great success. However, at the next level, when we talk about players of a higher level of mastery, to what degree is he going to really be able to outrun a lot of the defenders like we see in college? The other element on a screen pass that I like to think about is when we're talking about his ability to catch the ball and then observe how he uses his blockers downfield. When he uses those blockers downfield, does he use them in a way that shows an understanding of his teammates, how they're going to help him create space? Does he couple his movement to that of his defenders? How does he do that? To what degree is he sensitive to the way in which his blockers are moving downfield and how that might create space? These are things that I think really are important informational resources that he's going to have to exploit at the next level when he's working against bigger, stronger, faster defenders. The other thing we want to look at is, like we said earlier, what types of spaces is he working in? Is he working in mostly tight spaces, open spaces? When we look at him working in this particular exposure here, he has a big gap and he uses, again, that speed to create yards after the catch downfield. Let's proceed more into some more representative types of receiver type problems. Here you can see he's a receiver out of the backfield. He does a nice job coupling his movement to the pass and making the touchdown. Again, we want to look at his ability to make the catch and immediately transition downfield. And the things we want to ask ourselves as we're looking at this is, relative to creating separation downfield, how responsible was he for creating his own separation? If he's going to be a receiver at the next level, he's going to have to create his own separation from defenders. How good is he at doing that? And how quickly is he able to translate that into yards after the catch? We might say that his ability to get yards after the catch is synonymous with his ability as a running back, but I would argue that since everything is interrelated, since we know that all problems and all situations are unique, we want to really be able to see is, what can he do? What can he do at the next level that will allow him to really be able to make progress as we go? So here's a situation where he gets the ball out of the backfield. Look at the room he has to run, right? And notice that as he gets into that next level of the defense, notice how he again really looks to use that speed to create that separation. And here you'll notice that he's trying to get some opportunity out of the backfield, and he does, and he gets down the sideline, and he's able to get some extra yardage. But again, to what degree is he really responsible for making the separation? To what degree does he have to handle and get multiple players to miss him on the defensive end of the spectrum? This is an outstanding play. We could see his ability to catch through and track the ball well. But again, that was one play, right? Here's another play where he has basically a ton of room to turn around and assess what's going on. Again, these little types of situations and the nuances, the informational nuances, is really what delineates one type of problem from the next. So I think as he gets to the next level of mastery and he begins to understand this kind of landscape of problems that he's going to see, there's still a lot of opportunity for him to develop. He's going to need to develop a lot at the next level. And I think the fact that Urban Meyer is using him as a wide receiver exclusively in minicamp is really going to help him become sensitive to how he has to play as a wide receiver at the next level. Because although he has situations where he did behave in wide receiver-esque type of ways with similar behaving problems, there's still a lot left for him to do and to develop at the next level.